Emma Richardson checked her phone for the seventh time in 3 minutes. 6:47 p.m., 17 minutes late. She sat alone at the corner table of the Riverside Coffee House, fingers wrapped around a mug of chamomile tea that had gone cold. Around her, couples leaned into whispered conversations, their laughter punctuating the soft jazz overhead. She was the only person sitting alone. After 2 years focusing solely on her veterinary practice, maybe she wasn't ready for this. Maybe blind dates just weren't her thing. At 6:51 p.m., the bell above the door chimed, but it wasn't Ryan Bennett, her blind date. It was 2 identical 6-year-old girls with curly auburn hair and bright hazel eyes that scanned the coffee shop with startling determination. And then, those eyes landed on Emma. The girls marched straight toward her table. The taller one stopped directly in front of Emma and asked with complete seriousness, "Are you Miss Emma?" "Yes, I am. And you are?" "I'm Sophie," the girl announced. "This is Lily. Our daddy's sorry he's late." These were Ryan's daughters, but her colleague Sarah hadn't mentioned children, hadn't mentioned twins. "He had to stay at work," Lily added softly, "because of an emergency." Sophie quickly covered her sister's mouth. "Lily!" Sophie sighed and sat down, tugging her sister beside her. "We should tell the truth. Daddy doesn't know we're here." Emma's eyes widened. "He doesn't?" "But he is sorry," Sophie insisted. "We heard him on the phone last night about a problem at the community center building. He said he had something really important at 6:30 at the Riverside Coffee House." "We remembered because Daddy wrote it on the calendar. He circled it 3 times and drew a smiley face." Something warm flickered in Emma's chest. "He was so excited," Lily continued. "He ironed his shirt yesterday. Daddy never irons." Emma laughed softly. "So, would you like to sit with me? Maybe have some hot chocolate?" Their faces lit up like Christmas morning. As they waited for their drinks, Emma studied the girls more carefully. Beneath their confidence, there was something else. A weight, a sadness. "Tell me about your dad," Emma said gently. "Does he go on many dates?" "Never. You're the first one since Mommy went to heaven." Emma's heart clenched. "When did that happen?" 2 years ago," Lily said quietly. "Right after we started pre-K. She got really sick, really fast." Emma reached across and squeezed Lily's hand. "I'm so sorry." "Daddy took care of us all by himself," Sophie said with fierce pride. "He learned how to braid hair from YouTube videos." The hot chocolates arrived with mountains of whipped cream. The girls failed spectacularly at sipping without getting cream on their noses, soon sporting white mustaches. "He makes the best grilled cheese sandwiches, with 3 kinds of cheese. And he sings to us every night, Mommy's favorite songs." Emma felt tears prick at her eyes imagining this man staying up late watching braiding tutorials, determined to give his daughters normalcy. "Daddy was really nervous about tonight," Lily confided. "He tried on 4 different shirts and practiced what to say in the mirror." "He really wanted to be here," Sophie said seriously. "Daddy doesn't break promises. That's why we knew the work thing must be important. He designs buildings to keep people safe." Emma was beginning to understand. These girls weren't just adorable conspirators. They were protectors, watching out for their father the same way he watched out for them. "But sometimes he's sad," Lily admitted. "He looks at Mommy's picture when he thinks we're asleep." "That's why we were happy when Aunt Sarah said she found someone nice for him," Sophie explained. "We want him to smile more." An idea formed in Emma's mind. "What if we brought dinner to your daddy? What's his favorite food?" "Chinese food," Sophie explained, "from the Golden Dragon, orange chicken, sweet and sour pork, and spring rolls." 20 minutes later, they were heading toward the construction site, bags of fragrant Chinese food piled on their laps. They found Ryan in a temporary office trailer, rolling up blueprints. His sleeves were rolled up, his dark hair disheveled, dirt smudged on his navy shirt. Sophie knocked on the door. 3 quick, confident raps. Ryan looked up. His eyes landed on his daughters first, confusion shock, dawning horror. Then his gaze shifted to Emma, and he froze. "Sophie, Lily, what are you—" "You stopped. You're Emma. You're here. With my daughters?" "Surprise!" Sophie announced. "We brought dinner." Ryan's co-workers quickly grabbed takeout bags and disappeared with knowing grins. "I am so sorry," Ryan said finally. "I had no idea they would—" "Rescue your date?" Emma offered, smiling. "We didn't rescue it," Sophie protested. "We caught it. The date was getting away." Despite his embarrassment, Ryan laughed, genuine and transformative. Emma saw it then, the man his daughters described. "I understand if you want to forget this ever happened," Ryan said, vulnerability in his eyes. Emma looked at Sophie and Lily, then back at Ryan. "Actually, your daughters are extraordinary." "They get that from their mother," Ryan said automatically, then caught himself. "It's okay," Emma said gently. "They told me about her. She must have been wonderful." Something shifted in Ryan's face. She was. She would have laughed so hard about this. "Daddy, the orange chicken's getting cold." Lily tugged his sleeve. Ryan looked at Emma. "Would you like to have dinner here? It's not the coffee shop, but—" "I'd love to," Emma interrupted. As they ate, Ryan shot Emma apologetic looks that gradually transformed into gratitude, wonder, hope. "I like pancakes," Emma said casually. "I hear someone makes them in funny shapes." The twins gasped in delight. "Yes! Daddy, ask her to Saturday pancakes." Ryan looked at Emma. "Would you like to come for Saturday morning pancakes? I promise I'll actually be there this time." 8 o'clock, Emma suggested. "It's a date," Emma said. Behind Ryan's back, Sophie and Lily high-fived each other. Saturday morning, the door flew open before Emma could knock. "You came!" the girls shrieked, pulling her inside. Ryan stood in the kitchen wearing the blue shirt, freshly ironed with a smudge of flour on his cheek. When he saw Emma, he smiled, lighter, brighter, more himself. The morning unfolded perfectly. Ryan flipped pancakes while the girls showed Emma their art projects. After breakfast, Lily asked Emma to braid her hair. As Emma brushed out the little girl's curls, Ryan watched from across the room. Their eyes met, and something passed between them, something tender and significant. The girls showed Emma their treehouse. Inside was a small framed photo of a beautiful woman with hazel eyes and urban hair. "That's Mommy," Sophie said simply. Later, when the girls were playing, Ryan and Emma sat on the porch steps. "I haven't done this in a long time," Ryan said quietly. "Let someone in. It's terrifying." "I know," Emma said. "Two very determined 6-year-olds didn't give me much choice." "I come with complications. 2 of them. They're my whole world. I wouldn't want it any other way. Your daughters didn't scare me off. They're the reason I'm here. The way you love them, that's the most attractive thing I've ever seen." Ryan's eyes glistened. "I haven't felt this way in a long time. Last time I loved someone this much," he swallowed hard. "I lost her." Emma took his hand. "I'm scared too, but being scared means it matters, means it's real." "Yeah, it does." 6 months later, Ryan sat at the same corner table in the coffee shop, a velvet box in his pocket. When Emma arrived, confused, he gestured to the chair. "I wanted to bring you here, to where it all started." 6 months ago, I was 17 minutes late, Ryan said. But 2 little girls had other plans. They brought me back to life. But you, Emma, you gave me permission to live again. He opened the box. "You walked into our lives when we needed you most. You're my second chance. Emma Richardson, will you marry me?" "Yes," Emma nodded frantically. "1,000 times yes." The bell chimed. Sophie and Lily burst through the door. "We knew it!" they squealed, crashing into Emma and Ryan. "We picked the ring!" Emma laughed through her tears, pulling the girls into her arms. "I love it. I love you both so much." Ryan wrapped his arms around all three of them. In the same coffee shop where it began, they became a family. 1 year later, Emma stood in a simple white dress in the backyard. Sophie and Lily walked down the aisle first in butterfly dresses, placing a white rose on an empty chair for the mother who couldn't be there. When it was time for vows, Emma turned to the girls. "Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for letting me love you." Ryan's voice was thick with emotion. "You gave me permission to love again. I love you, Emma, forever." When they kissed, Sophie and Lily cheered louder than anyone. At the reception, Emma stood near the treehouse and whispered to the wind, "Thank you for raising such beautiful souls. I'll take care of them, I promise." Ryan's arms wrapped around her. "She would have loved you." They watched Sophie and Lily play, their butterfly wings catching the last light of day. Sometimes love doesn't arrive on time. Sometimes it's 17 minutes late, carried by two little girls who refuse to let it slip away. Sometimes you walk into a coffee shop looking for coffee and walk out with a family. That's the thing about second chances. They don't always arrive the way you expect, but when they do, when you're brave enough to say yes to the messy, unexpected, beautiful possibility of it all, that's when the real story begins.